Hi, friends. How are you? I hope that you can hear me okay. I don't have my earbuds in. Thought it might be a little too hard to be connected and trying to paint all at the same time. So I'm simply Trina with the Color Theory Code, and I'm so excited that you are joining with me today. Let me get this set up so anybody makes any comments, I'll be able to see. Now, I do have the computer set up where I can kind of see. Hopefully, I'll be able to read anything that you all post. So thanks for joining our coaches series with I Am Love. I hope that this art therapy has been helpful for you. I haven't seen any posts yet of the work that you've been doing. I would love to see your creations. Again, you don't have to be an artist to be creative. You just have to have an open mind, an open heart, and let the creativity flow. So today we're going to be focusing on setting intentions. So what does that mean? I'm going to walk you through a little exercise. So I invite you to gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. 1, 2, 3. I am strong. I am enough. I am beautiful. I am creative. I am all that I want to be. I am a good listener. I am your friend. I love. Gently open your eyes. That's easy, right? It may not be for some, I know. So one thing that you can do if you are having challenges finding affirmations or setting intentions for yourself, ask your friends. It's as simple as putting a post on your Facebook and say, what are 5 things that you could say about me? What am I good at? And then you'll find your answers. So today we're going to start off by setting our intentions on the canvas. Now, I do have several different items with me before we get started. I have a Sharpie. You can use a marker. I would not recommend watercolor markers for this because it will smear and have that interaction. I mentioned some household items. I have bubble wrap. This is my ultimate favorite to paint with. And as you can see, I've already done a little painting with it already. I mentioned a fork. That's right. Just like when you're creative problem solving, you may use a knife or, a knife or a screwdriver, right? Well, while I was painting, doing a 31-day intuitive painting challenge, I just simply picked up a fork and I loved the design that it created. So think outside the box when you're looking around your home for items that you can use as a paintbrush. I also have a plastic cup, and I'll show you exactly how to use it. It's super easy. I'm not going to put water in it. This is not for washing my brushes out. I actually have a very bad habit of layering paint on top of paint on top of paint on my paintbrushes. So I don't recommend doing that. I've gone through many, many paintbrushes because of that. Now, I have already set up my paint. Now, I'm just using a paper plate. And I do, what I normally do is I'm in the process of moving, so a lot of things are already packed up and I don't have access to get to them right now. I just go to the Dollar Tree and get some of their plastic table placemats, and I cut them up into fours. They make great just little paint holders that you can mix your paint palette. Another great tip is you can grab a bag of shower caps and place that over your plate as well. And that will help keep your paints a little bit longer because if you leave it exposed, they are going to dry out. So I like to do that as well. We had talked about colors earlier on. I just kind of went with my gut, and I do have a container of paint still that I have access to. I just intuitively grabbed these paints. So I have a pink, a purple, orange, and a black. Those are colors that tend to be a little bit more energetic. So maybe I needed a little pick-me-up. Maybe those are the colors that I'm seeing. I mean, spring is here, right? So why not use spring colors? So I'm going to start. Now, I have a flat canvas. You can get these at the Dollar Tree as well, or Michael's, or Hobby Lobby, online. There's so many places that you can get canvases. I do typically like to purchase from Michael's because you can buy them in bulk, and that just makes them a little cheaper. But I just got this one from the Dollar Tree. And next week's, I'm going to be showing you how to take everything apart and put it back together. It's called deconstructive reconstructive art. But today, we're going to go ahead and start our intentions. So I already mentioned I am, right? I'll just fill your canvas up of different words that are inspiring, that bring positivity. I'm going to put blessed. And it's good to change your canvas around. Now, last week we talked about the Pomodoro technique, and I said I'd mention that again. So another great thing you can do is set your timer for, let's say, 5 minutes. You're going to continuously paint. You're going to write, and then when the timer goes off, you're going to put everything down. You're going to pick up your journal, and you're going to write. What are you experiencing? Was that hard stop at 5 minutes frustrating? Did it feel good? Or you can write down ideas that you have for your painting. I tend to paint intuitively, meaning I don't have a set design when I go to paint. I just paint what my gut feeling tells me to paint, okay? But journaling your emotions and what you're feeling as you go through the process is a great way to be able to go back and reflect to see how you were feeling on that day. Did the painting help release some energies that maybe you forgot that you were holding in? Maybe you see a theme. You might see a certain pattern of behavior happening by journaling while you're doing this. But I'm not going to do it today just for time's sake. Okay, so I'm going to continue to write on here. And I'm going to write like in different styles. Some of this is going to be covered up. Some of it's not. I loved. Just be creative. I'm giving you permission to do that. So many times that we're stuck in an environment that tells you exactly what you need to do, and you don't have the creative freedom. So I'm giving you permission to do that through this. Okay? After you have felt, if you get to the point where you feel like you have enough words, or you have all the words that you want on your canvas, the next step is painting. Now, I have a sponge paintbrush. Again, you can get these from many different stores, including the Dollar Tree. And I like to paint backgrounds, the base, with these sponge brushes. And I'm just going to go through and paint. You gotta get used to where the camera is. Now, it's up to you if you want to cover the canvas completely, or if you want some of it to show through. I'm actually going to let it show through. You also can use the edge of the foam brush. So it's great for making wide strokes and going straight down to make the thinner stroke. I'm just going with my gut on different. Now, if you recall shapes and how they make you feel, okay, this is more of a solid feeling when it's horizontal, okay? But as I'm painting, I'm just kind of changing the direction of my canvas so I can get a different viewpoint. Now, I personally like spirals, and it's okay if your paint blends. It adds just a different dimension to it. One thing I did use the other day, and it's kind of funny that I did this. I used spackle as a texture in a painting. And that was just because I couldn't find the painting medium that I wanted to add texture without spending an arm and a leg, because sometimes they're very expensive. I'm just going to come through here and add some dots. So I was on TikTok the other day, and another artist just happened to use spackle just like I did, and I got a kick out of it, and her and I were chatting about it, and she's like, you know, you got to use with what you have around the house sometimes. I'm like, exactly. Okay, I'm going to come in with some purple. As you can see, I'm just randomly putting different shapes and designs. I'll mention the cup. Great way to get nearly close to perfect circle. I also like to reuse things. So if the design that you created isn't quite what you wanted, it's okay. You can paint over it, let it dry, obviously, and then come back. Let me turn this around. I have my fork, and I put some paint on it. Isn't that cool? I love painting with my fork. When you're done with this, you can also go back with a white and add some highlights to it. A perfect mess. It's a great way to just unwind, relax, no directions, no instructions. You can build and build on this. So tomorrow, after I've let this dry, I could come back and add more to it. Again, using that Pomodoro technique just to set your time, because I could tell you, I can sit and paint for hours and hours and I have other things to do. So using that Pomodoro technique is very helpful for time management, and it's great for productivity. Making sure that you get what you need to get done for the day. Lastly, once you have gotten, I wanted to show you how to use the let's see, let's go with some orange. I should have put some white on here. So simply just put your paint on the bubble wrap, press it down, and voila, there you go. That's simple. Love it. And of course, you know, they come in different sizes. This is one that I did using the bubble wrap. I used 2 different sizes here. I used a palette knife to create the flower. And if you see in the back, I used the marker after I painted. Actually, no, I did the marker first, and then I went over with a yellow wash. You can see it's shiny, right? So I put, as I was about to say, when you are finished with your paintings, you want to seal it. And now once you seal it, you can't, it's going to be harder to go back over and paint it. Now I have done layers upon layers with resin. So this one in particular is sealed with resin. And you can get resin at Lowe's, Home Depot. You can get them at your craft stores. I've purchased them online. And I seal my artwork, and that helps it with some UV protection. It helps the paint from flaking off over years. And when I use it for layering, I wish I had already taken one of my paintings into the storage unit that I did a layering, and it turned out fantastic. I'll have to post a picture of it in the comments afterwards. The layering, when you put resin and then paint on top, and then resin and paint on top, it gives it a depth, almost like you could reach into the painting. It's pretty cool. But again, you want to make sure you seal your painting every time. There's also spray paint, a spray sealant However, it just won't last as long in keeping your artwork. Okay? Are there any questions that you might have? If so, just write them in the comments below. I'll check back in on Wednesday. Don't forget, if you create, put it in the comments so that I can see. I'd love to see what you've created. And as you can see, art is in the beauty or in the eye of the beholder. So this might be ugly to you, but I love how the colors are coming together. So it is up to each individual. I'd love for you to share. Each time that you share, you'll be entered in to receive my book, Empowered, which is full of creative mindset activities, including today's activity. And I go into a little bit more detail with it. Also, don't forget, we have our Coaches Corner up on our website, iamlov.org. And you can make a donation to iamlov to help curb the cost of our coaches that we are going to be bringing on here. We are also going to be doing another 22 Days Made with Love soon. I hope you'll join us for that. And you can get some lovely love swag all on our website under the store. Lastly, be on the lookout as we will start to share information about our Cruise with Love that will be this summer, I believe in July. We'll have the details as far as how you can participate. And if you are interested in holding a Cruise with Love event in your community, please reach out to Joanna, myself, Alice, or Morgan. Let us know that you're interested, and we will get you into the meeting so we can make sure that you have all the information that you need to host a Cruise with Love in your community. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week this week. And next week, we'll be wrapping up the Create with Love with deconstructive reconstructive art. Bye.